So we're joined this morning by two gentlemen, and Charles Maniaga, Scientific Manager of Research and Agriparks, is sitting next to me, and we're joined by Tediso Molepo, who is Director of the Agricultural Economics and Marketing Division. So for starters, I understand that you have been rolling out the Agripark program for smallholder farmers. What exactly does it involve, Charles?
So the idea was to assist emerging farmers who couldn't access market because of their small volume that they produce, as well as the distance from their farms to the bigger market like Joburg Fresh Produce. So we decided to identify a place or area within their vicinity where they will be able to aggregate production and then get to the market.
Tediso, give me a sense of who the typical person is that you have brought into this program to groom and to assist to get their product to market.
People who would normally be in community gardens, land reform farms, and any other farmer who are in Gauteng, because you would know in Gauteng, a lot of our farmers are not on very big parcels of land. So those are the typical farmers that we would have in this Agripark. I
see you've created 120 jobs there.
Yes, directly and indirectly. The main objective is to make sure that those who do not have a job in that particular district will have access to the Agripark and have direct and indirect jobs. But those 120 jobs involve those beneficiaries or the SMMEs that were placed. They then appoint people to then specialize in cultivating and those who will assist in harvesting.
Tediso, put us in the picture as to what sort of areas these agri-parks are in.
These agri-parks are mainly in peri-urban areas that are on the edge of the urban areas.
So the support is right there.
The support is right there. Yes. The people with the expertise, not only on how to plant, but also on how to do your packaging. What is the requirement there at the market? You know, you need to look at this thing from a business perspective. You need to look at it also as a way of incubating these smallholder farmers so that they go to the next level.
Tediso, what interests me is you've got these 14 agri-enterprises that you, as you call them, in the form of cooperatives, and your 98 beneficiaries comprise mostly women for years, have been involved in agriculture, have toiled the land, but have received very little benefit from it overall.
The main motivation behind that is sustainability. You know, if you put a woman there, the reach in terms of the number of mouths to feed will be bigger, so there's a bigger footprint. We are having, for instance, the South African breweries, which is working with us on a program called Women in Maize. Not only are they providing access to maize markets, but they are providing technical support, and they are also assisting them with things such as irrigation and fencing and so on.
I'm interested in the 5 commodities that you've prioritized here, Charles. Just talk us through those: livestock, horticulture, etc.
Gauteng house 3 largest feedlots that assist in terms of beef production. We look at horticulture, go to West Rand. I think we are number 1 in terms of flower producing and herbs as well as other horticultural crops.
And I see you've also provided them with pack house facilities. How important is that to their process?
Yeah, let me give you an example. We go and we talk to Massfresh, which is a subsidiary of Massmart, and we say to them, can you guys assist our guys with access to markets? They say yes, but where is the collation point going to be? This collation point needs to have cold chain facilities. You need to have facilities for processing, because this is how we would like to have them. In order to answer all those questions, you need a pack house. That is why we are looking at agro-processing as a way of adding value to whatever the farmers are producing. Because if they just take what they produce and just give, they get very low prices, and it's not sustainable.
What are your hopes for the future with regard to the agro-processing industry and your role in it as a department?
We had to come up with a strategy in how do we tap in and make sure that our emerging farmers benefit. So in a certain sense, they can't compete with the production from Northwest and Limpopo. So what we can do is to see how do we benefit from the whole value chain. Then we came up with the agro-processing strategy that identify crops and things that need to be processed. Then by so doing, we realized that we also need to be the black industrialist through the agro-processing, wherein they would develop product and then get to be processed in the province and then get to be exported to other provinces, South Africa in general.
All right, sounds like you have your work cut out for you. Thank you both for coming in to speak to us. It's been a great pleasure having you. Charles Manyaga, Scientific Manager of Research and Agriparks, and Tediso Molepo, Director of Agricultural Economics and Marketing from GDARD.